Yeah.
And they're still terrible. Looking at it right now.
In other news, back to Canada.
Number one in the Eastern Conference is the Lightning. Don't really like them. Followed by the Canadiens. The Red Wings are actually third in the Atlantic Division, right before the Bruins, which is a pretty big deal.
52-31. They're on a 12-game losing streak.
And they're still number 3.
Holy cow. What the hell?
It's bad when you see the New York Islanders are number 1
No,
in the
that's not
Metropolitan Division.
Oh, that's a lot. No, wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry. I read it wrong.
Stars
They're
are on a
31-12. They're 31-12.
Who are we talking about?
The Detroit
the
Red Wings. So
yeah.
31-12, 35-15 is Montreal. So they're only 4 games out of first place behind Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Now, I want to make something perfectly clear. Hockey was invented in Canada.
Yep.
Canada currently in the National Hockey League, which is the premier league for hockey. It's the top of the heap. It's like the NFL. Has total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 out of the... How many freaking teams are there?
I think there's like 32.
They got 6 of the 32 teams in the NHL. 6. That would be like the NFL having 2 teams here in the United States, and the rest of the entire league is in Canada. Just thought I'd point that out.
Yeah.
Dim hosers.
And they haven't won the Cup since...
When the Canucks won.
And they won, what, 2003?
I think
So it's
2 years ago.
2 years ago they won it?
Mm-hmm.
So it was in the Stanley Cup, named after Lord
year.
Stanley,
Yeah.
who was the premier of Canada, I think. When
He was King Hoser.
King Hoser.
Yep.
King...
You're okay.
He was known for moose
Hi,
fighting.
Danny. Thank you for the beers.
Beers.
The beers. Yeah, she's been kind of feeling down. She's had a cold. I know I had that cold a while back.
I know I had to take her lunch the other day.
I know, because she calls me 15 minutes after I left. I'm all the way down in Pflugerville. She's like, could you bring me some noodles? I mean, if she could have, like, on the way there, I could have picked them up, but I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, she was like, can you bring me some noodles? I was like, yeah, sure, give me one. So she was like, and some hot Cheetos. And so when I showed up, I was like, here's a Gatorade while at it. And what's his name that works with her?
The fighter?
Yeah.
Josh.
Josh just looks at me and he's just like, what the hell, Patrick? You couldn't bring me food? And I was like, well, Danny's hot.
Tell him
she's my...
Tell him he's trying to make weight. So he can't do it because he's making weight. That's why he can't have any food.
I'd say anything, since it's not football time, I actually have news here about another sport. The Canadian Curling Association.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say curling.
Who doesn't love curling?
Shuffleboard on ice with brooms.
Number 1 is Mike McEwen of Manitoba with 275,000 points.
Manitoba, not to be confused with manatee, who are big, large animals that swim around in Florida and can't be touched by humans without getting a $5,000 fine.
Number 2, Brad Jacobs of Northern Ontario.
Ontario, eh?
And
that's right, where they brew the Molson Skolton up there, you know, and shovel in the snow down there to Boston.
Oh, you'll like this guy right here. He's number 5. He's Steve Laycock. Laycock of Saskatchewan.
Actually, the CK is silent. It's Steve Laycock.
Oh, I don't know. You got to give it up for curling. That's a really hard sport.
So, hot roommate Danny just texted me and she's
Although
like...
I just got a tweet from LaQuisha from the salon, so she can curl all day, and she'd probably be a world champion.
So, yeah, Danielle texted me. She's like, you're going to have to go pick up the pizza. And I'm just like...
Pick it up? I thought it was delivered.
That's what I thought. I sent her a bunch of crying faces emojis, so hopefully I'm going to try to convince her to go get it.
What part of delivery does she...
Yeah, I don't know. That did not go out. That did not work as I planned it.
We're about ready to go into commercial. Why don't you go fix that, and you can either go get it, or you might as well just go get it.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get there, it'll be done, and you can bring it back, and we'll be in the second segment of the first hour. Remember, Eliot Fineman of the National Gun Victim Action Council at 10, the 10 o'clock hour. Excited about having him on. I'm going to have him for 2 segments, and then I'm going to turn him over to you guys, the listeners. And you guys can ask him any question you want. and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be an interesting conversation. I talked to him earlier today. He's a very nice man.
Well, I'm going to go grab some pizza. I'll be right back.
Absolutely do not agree with him, but we'll have a good conversation. All right, guys. We're going to take a break. Remember something. I don't know what. What, Mike?
Good is dumb. You remember Lone Star, evil will always triumph because good is dumb.
I have no idea where that comes from. Mad Mike?
Spaceballs.
Oh, Spaceballs. There you go. All right, remember, Centex Computer of Hutto, they are responsible for the flamethrower sitting off to my left here in the Armed Radio Global Man Cave located in Central Texas. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Armed Radio Global Network. You're on the air.
Night Talk with Joe Rocks. 10 p.m. Eastern Thursdays is now on Ustream TV. Spreaker for replays and live. On Live 365 exclusively on Armed Radio Global.
Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk 10 p.m. Eastern. And boy, these two like to eat. Right, boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com. With over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry. Many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
Who's the candy man? Why, Brian Smiley, of course. Brian Smiley Candy Company. There you'll find aisles and aisles of every candy imaginable. Brian Smiley Candy Company is located at 35 Industrial Parkway in Woburn, Massachusetts. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 p.m. or call them at 781-935-1660. Brian Smiley is the candy man.
Is your wife wicked hot? Or is she just cold? Do you just want to take a hot shower? Call Savino Mechanical for all your heating, hot water, and cooling needs. Savino Mechanical has been servicing Greater Boston and Southern New Hampshire for over a quarter century. Quality 24-hour service, reasonable rates, satisfaction guaranteed, licensed and insured. And remember, at Savino Mechanical, we are not comfortable until you are. Call Savino Mechanical today at 1-855-624-4280. That's 1-855-624-4280. Savino Mechanical.
Attention World of Tank gamers. Armed and its affiliated divisions are recruiting entire clans and tankers. Armed, the largest and most progressive gaming community on the World of Tanks gaming platform. Now on 3 servers. To join, visit www.armedtanks.net or #MutaToaster. Toast that, bitches.
It's all new. But the case is like some piece of crap case they found in the back.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, throw that in there, man. I don't need anything looking good. Welcome back to the show. I'm Mike Allen in here with Mad Mike. Danger Davis had to go pick up the pizza. Because I guess hot roommate Danny didn't understand the whole pizza delivery concept of the thing that we were doing. But anyway, still love her. She's a great gal. A little under the weather is probably why she screwed it up. Eat24.com is our sponsor, Mad Mike. You are always hungry.
Absolutely.
I don't know how you stay as small as you do, putting the stuff into your body, but if you ever need a new outlet to pick up some food, download the app to your iPhone or your Android phone, put in your zip code where you're at, and they will deliver food to your door.
I like that idea a lot.
It's like having a food truck in your pants, which I have found out that is your nickname.
Yes,
at the Home
Taco
Depot.
Truck.
Taco Truck, not
Taco
food truck.
Truck.
Taco Truck. All Also, Centex Computers, we were just talking offline. He was looking at the flamethrower. He says, well, it looks like crap, man. It's got one of those old beige computer cases on it and stuff. And
retro, dude.
It's retro, and it's even got a slot for the floppy drive. And I said, well, the case is just a free case I got. It's not the case, it's what's in it. And they went, I mean, I got a Blu-ray Super Right Master DVD thing. I got the 700-watt power supply running 8 gigs of RAM. It's badass. It's just a badass computer. CentexComputer.com is where you go. Give them a call on the phone, even if you're having trouble. They're just great guys. They'll talk you through whatever you're going through and help you out. So they're a proud sponsor here, my personal sponsor for this show, and I appreciate them big time for building this monster over here. That mother computer died.
Exploded.
Well, it wasn't quite that dramatic, but it... basically, I brought this one home. I took the old one, and it was running because I ran some antivirus software and some other stuff. And I sat down, and I closed things out, and I went down, and I shut it down. And then I started moving things around. It was a good opportunity to dust and clean, so I did that. And I know, don't look around. Don't judge me. And when I hooked everything back up, I was going to turn both computers on, and the old one wouldn't turn on. So I took it to Centex Computers, and you know what it was? The motherboard fried.
Womp womp.
It just fried. So they were able to actually get all my files, all my show files, all my recordings, all my business files from my business off my old hard drive and save it for me so I could, keep that stuff, and that was awesome. And so Steve and those guys down there at Centex Computers, especially if you're living in the Hutto area, great guys. They'll help you out. They'll get you going. All right. Well, we got in here. Tell us what you learned there about the NHL there,
Yeah, it was pretty all right. I was actually not thinking about sports right now.
Who's your hockey team? Is it the Red Wings?
Yeah, Red Wings.
Sweet,
yeah.
dude.
Everybody else sucks, dude.
Seattle doesn't have a hockey team?
No, we have the Vancouver.
Oh, they're
Canucks.
right there from Vancouver. Yeah, they got the Canucks up there.
Yeah, they suck. I mean, we have a couple minor league teams that do pretty good, but
we got the Stars here in Leander.
Yeah,
Texas Stars, which is the feeder league for the Dallas Stars of the NHL. Yeah,
and what's pretty bad is actually the Stars here in Leander, Cedar Park. They're actually pretty good.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
I went to a game, and the Cedar Park Center is a phenomenal place to go, and it was kind of fun.
Really cool venue.
Kind of fun. I hope that one day I'll be ring announcing MMA in that venue, because that venue that would be sweet. Actually, news, I got picked up by the Premier Combat Group out of San Antonio. I'll be down there March 15th.
Awesome.
At the Cowboys Dance Hall. Yeah, it holds about 5,000 people in there, and we'll probably be in front of about 2, so it's just going to be badass.
That'd be pretty fun.
It'll be real fun.
Absolutely. So I'm working on maybe trying to get us an intern to do nothing but tech stuff.
That would be nice.
It would be
and
awesome.
I don't really care if she's 18 to 23 and hot. That would be nice. But I would just like somebody to come in here during the show so I can relax, because I don't know if everybody... Armed Radio, for the new listeners that we have listening in, is a very unique radio station. We are all online. It's all virtual. It's based out of the internet.
Yeah.
Joe Rocks, who has his show on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. He actually is kind of the catalyst, and kind of the guy that's got all the numbers and stuff for business. But the other players, Lino, who's out of Boston, she actually knows Joe. Matt Hazley's out of Iowa.
It's a middle of nowhere state.
It's a middle of nowhere. It's a flyover state.
Yeah.
Go Hawkeyes, not really. And he's a golf pro. Then we've got a gal named Valenistama, who's from Trinidad and Tobago, and she actually moved to Minnesota, so that's a big change for her. So she's up there with the snow, and you got to go down to the store and get some more beer.
Oh yeah, that's one of the worst places to live sometimes. When you're outside and you're trying to go out to your car and a moose comes up to your door like, oh, hey there, bud.
Hey there, moose.
Hey, kind of thirsty. It's the first time I've ever had to feed beer to a moose.
Tweet from our on-the-air paranormal expert, who can't make it here tonight. We wish the best to her daughter, who's feeling